Welcome to another episode of All Around the 56. I'm Dan Beer with eXp Realty, and this is a special episode. We're here in Rancho Santa Fe at Helen Woodward Animal Center. And as a brand new puppy owner myself, I can't wait to bring you in here. These people do incredible work, and it is really one of the most well-run, humane organizations that are centered around animal care and animal preservation, no-kill shelter, meaning they never put animals down. And they have therapeutic work for us humans. So let's go inside, let's take a look. But I'm really pleased to bring you to one of the best run organizations, nonprofits by the way, all around the 56. Let's head on in.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Oh, and look at this little one.
This is Peggy. She's an orphan pet here at Helen Woodward. She's looking for a forever home.
So let's just jump right into that. So this is Peggy, an orphan pet looking for a forever home. So tell us, what exactly, in your view, is Helen Woodward?
So Helen Woodward Animal Center started in 1972. Helen Woodward actually founded it, and she had two programs at the time. She had adoption for orphan pets, and she had humane education. And she felt that kids would be the ones that would change the world for animals. So she started an education program. Since that time, we now have over 14 programs and services, all dedicated towards the mission of people helping animals, animals helping people.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And I have to say, and I have to tell both you and you, the most amazing thing about this, I've lived in the area for a long time. Everyone respects you. Everyone loves what you stand for, and there's no question about it. You're doing such good work, just locally here in the community, but also around the country. Because this little guy, for example, is it a guy or a girl?
This is a little girl.
This little girl.
Yes.
So this little girl, she came in from another animal shelter elsewhere, out of state.
Absolutely.
And so you were telling me a little bit about that before we jumped on. I'd love for you to share exactly how that works.
Yeah, so 90% of our animals come from all over the country. So what that means is if there are shelters somewhere and maybe they are strapped and they have no place to put these animals and maybe they would have a really sad ending, they'll reach out to us and say, can you take them? And they bring them out here. We get, thousands and thousands of animals every year that we bring out from really sad situations and find loving forever homes.
That is really one of the coolest things about Helen Woodward. You're here locally, but you are making an impact across the country.
And in fact, we have a number of global programs like our Home for the Holidays program, where we encourage people to adopt during the holidays as opposed to, buying from backyard breeders. And also our Remember Me Thursday, where we remember all the animals that may have not made it and try to shine a light on all the orphan pets waiting. Those actually have global reach. We have 190 countries that have participated in Remember Me Thursday. So it certainly is a center that's really trying to make a difference across the world.
Well, let's go and...
You want to look at cats?
That's it.
Let's look at cats.
So Jessica, we're in this slightly cooler room.
Yes.
I see a lot of cats. Tell us about this room here and the animals that are...
So of course we're in the kittery right now. So this
kittery.
of course, but what's really cool about this building is actually this is our new building that was built only 2 years ago. So we had an old building that was here since 1972. The brand new building went up, and one of the things we love about it is we have a lot of natural light in here. You'll notice that all of our kitty kennels here, that they've got lots of windows so that they can see out, so that we're not looking at them through bars. You see some playfulness going on in here. They're very happy, and of course that helps them get adopted because people get to see them in their kind of natural state, and that makes for many more adoptions.
Awesome. So how many cats do you typically hold here at once?
So, it's interesting because at any given time, we have, I think, around 85 kennels, but like I said, because we have fosters, there's other animals waiting in homes of the people around here who will help us out. So we may have, 40 cats on site, and we may have another 30 waiting to come available at any given time.
Very cool. I had never heard of fostering
Yes.
animals.
Oh,
That's
we
awesome.
need fosters. That's a great thing. If you can put the word out.
We're putting word out. They need fosters.
Desperately.
Helen Woodward,
Yes.
contact them.
Yes.
Awesome. So I know you have all kinds of other areas, and you
Yes.
have stables and just really unbelievable grounds and your education rooms. So
Yes.
can we go grab a look?
Let's go look.
So Jessica, let's just imagine, my wife's gonna kill me when this happens, that I were to say, I want to bring this little puppy home and, just bring Layla back home to the kids and to the family. What's that process like?
So we love to do same-day adoptions, which
Same day.
is very cool.
I go home today.
Absolutely, but what we do really like to do is make sure that the whole family is a part of the decision. So we would ask you to bring your wife and
No surprises.
and your kids, and if you had another dog, we'd ask you to bring the dog as well,
Oh,
so
awesome.
that everybody
Smart.
can meet. And that really helps us make sure that these animals don't end up coming back to us. We want to make sure that if you have a landlord, that we call the landlord, talk to the landlord, make sure that there's a dog agreement, that people are allowed to bring it home. But ultimately, if you and the dog get along great and the family loves it and you guys absolutely fall in love, we want it to go home that day.
I'd love to see the horse facility.
Yes, I'd
and
love
I
to
know
show
that you
you.
do a lot of that with children, and that's where your therapy comes in and so on.
Absolutely.
So can we head over that way?
Let's do it.
So here we go at the
Yes.
horses, and no way! Look at that!
I mean, we don't just have horses. We've
these are
got
ponies.
donkeys, we've got mini horses.
Wait, are they mini horses, ponies, or
Yes,
donkeys? What are they?
yes. So of course, a lot of these animals
that.
are education ambassadors, and they meet with our children every day, and they get to see these amazing creatures. And this is Bella. Bella. She's very sweet. She was actually rescued too. So sometimes we'll have somebody reach out to us and say, in this particular instance, it was an older man who owned a farm, and he wasn't able to take care of his animals anymore, and they were kind of getting malnourished, and they reached out and said, do you have a place for them? And Bella came here, and now she greets kids every single day and lives a fabulous
Did
life.
she show up with the braid?
No, I think we probably gave her the braid.
Look at that. She's got swag.
Exactly. Yes, we've got incredible.
So is she a baby? Is she a
No,
mini horse?
she is full grown. This is as big as Bella's ever gonna get. Yes.
So a beautiful, big, full-grown horse like this.
Mm-hmm.
So this horse would not be for adoption.
This would not be for adoption.
This is living out his service right
Yes.
here. And look at that.
And a lot of them are actually, they had been
part of the therapy program.
Yeah, well, a lot of them had originally been part of, some of them had been racing horses. They were horses that lived their lives working, and they love people. So when it was time for them to retire, a lot of them kind of get depressed. A lot of the horses actually get sad because they're used to being around animals and doing something every day. So a
they're
lot
used
of
to working.
Yeah, so
That
owners
happened
will
to my
reach
grandfather.
out. Oh, really?
He got depressed when he stopped working.
Well, of course, right?
All right, where are we headed to next?
Okay, you want to go to Pet Encounter Therapy? We'll show
Pet
you some
encounter
of the,
therapy.
the
Of course, I was
amazing
about to say
animals.
pet encounter therapy.
Of course,
so
right?
good.
Let's
All
do
right,
it.
Let's do that. So we're at the Pet Encounter Therapy building.
Yes, and this
Tell
is
us
a
about it.
program that changes thousands of lives. We just talked about a program that changes hundreds of lives every year. This is actually a program where we bring in the unconditional love of animals into hospitals, convalescence centers, all sorts of educational facilities, and really provide that kind of warmth and love that animals can provide us that maybe
cool.
they can't get anywhere else. So I'll kind of show you the types of animals we have here. So we're gonna head into that area. We've got some lizards in here. The interesting thing is if we're going into, let's say, a hospital facility, and we're greeting kids maybe who have some sort of challenging disease and they can't be near animals, but they need to kind of some light. Some of them might be allergic to fur, and so we might not be able to bring in bunnies or dogs. So sometimes we'll bring in a really cool little lizard, and they'll get to see these creatures that kind of.
Whoa.
Yes,
That's
is
a lot more interesting than I expected.
This is
once I got
Cinders.
that.
Yeah, so she's
What kind of lizard is that?
it's a bearded dragon.
This is a bearded dragon.
That's a bearded dragon. Yes.
And our bearded dragons,
Friendly.
they're friendly?
They're
aggressive?
friendly.
No?
Yes.
Oh, it's the Komodo dragon that I'm thinking of.
that you might be more scared of.
I'm thinking
yes.
of the Komodo dragon.
Yes, yes. Cinder's very friendly. Will eat a lot of vegetables and maybe bugs, but not you.
That's awesome.
But let me show you actually some of our
down here?
incredible pet encounter therapy pets in here.
Better than the zoo.
Right?
A lot better.
It really is fun. And we've had some of our birds, maybe we'll greet somebody who maybe is a paraplegic and really can't do the sort of reaching down and greeting a dog. But this bird, you put him on the shoulder and it suddenly lights up the face of a client that we're working with. The bunnies, the rabbits, the guinea pigs, they are all real cuddly creatures that can go in and greet people that maybe need a little bit of light. So these animals go out and greet people each day, and they have a pretty cool schedule because we make sure that they enjoy the work as well. They only go out a couple times a week and then they get a break, so we're making sure that they continue to like it. And the animals that work here love people. If they don't enjoy people, if they don't like the meeting and greeting, they stop working with the program because we want to make sure that everybody's happy.
Jessica, as much as you've been so kind to show us around, there's so much more here. And so we're literally now standing in front of alpacas all of a sudden. So
yes, yes.
tell us about all the other things that are going on, the facilities, because there's so much. We won't be able to get it all into what we're doing today, but people should know all the reasons why they should come and visit.
Absolutely. I mean, we've got our club pet facility where it's like a daycare for animals. We've got our companion animal hospital. We have an equine hospital. We've got an orphan objects resale store. We've got tons of educational programs going. I mean, it is a world of animals over here. Lots of things to help people make their world better and make their animals' worlds better too.
Well, I want to say thank you very much. This has really been wonderful, and especially as a longtime resident to get the inside look like this. You guys are doing such a great service.
Thank you, Dan. We appreciate you too. Thanks so much.
So guys, that's another episode of All Around the 56. We're here at Helen Woodward Animal Center. This has been a real treat, and so I encourage you to come down and don't miss the next episode as we highlight the best of what's going on all around the 56. I'm Dan Beer with the Beer Home Team at eXp Realty, and I'll see you on the next one.
Whether you're buying or selling, the answer is clear. Go with beer, the Beer Home Team.